mountains, to the spray-soaked sand, to the field-fringed hillside, as you walk this land.
Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome to Ninebarrow HQ, and welcome to another edition of Wandering Minstrels, the third edition to be precise.
So yeah, if you haven't joined us before, firstly, thank you very much for joining us. It's nice to have you along. And yeah, if you're wondering what on earth this is all about, it's pretty simple, really. Shall we explain?
Yes, we'll explain. An evening of some of the things we're passionate about. Music, obviously, but landscape, history and folklore is the name of the game. And, well, as long as you've got a passing interest in any of those four things, well, you're likely to probably enjoy the evening, we think.
I think so, yes. And we'll also be chatting to some fascinating people along the way. And we'll also be bringing you some live performances, some of them brand new al fresco style.
Al fresco / rough and ready.
And also we'll be bringing you some from concerts past as well.
Yes, indeed. So, shall we have a quick look at what we've got coming up in this evening's show? We head out in search of wishes on an incredible walk along the coastline near Worthmatravers in Dorset.
We meet up with our good mate Lee Mackenzie and perform some tracks live in the incredible St Aldhelm's Chapel.
And we have a chat with another good friend of ours, Will McNichol, instrumental guitarist extraordinaire and all-round top chap. And he'll also be giving us a live performance from Will McNichol HQ.
And we'll bring you a song from the Ninebarrow Gig Archive.
And we'll also be sharing our episode 3 mixtape, a collection of some of our favourite tracks from musicians that we think you'll love too.
So, I do believe it's time to head over to the Isle of Purbeck. Hello everybody!
Greetings!
And welcome to Hound's Toot.
Yes.
Yeah, so last time we did one of these Wandering Minstrels shows, you might have noticed that we were a little bit cold. And we promised ourselves that the next one that we would do, we would be in shorts and t-shirts. But we're not.
We're not, and it's -2.
I'm putting my gloves back in my pockets for the time being.
But hey, it's worth it. The early start was worth it. The cold's worth it.
We caught a sunrise.
Oh, it was spectacular. And we're looking forward to having a bit of a ramble along the southwest coast path. Hounds Toot is one of our favourite vantage points. And in actual fact, the word toot comes from the Old English meaning lookout. And you can certainly see why this would be called a lookout. We're not sure who Hound was. We assume someone who came
to do some tooting.
To do some tooting, indeed, indeed.
But our romp today is going to take us over in that direction, over to St Aldhelm's Head and the wonderful 12th century chapel that sits atop it.
Yes, the only problem is it's not as close as it looks, because in order to get there, we've got to head inland to then head back out onto St Aldhelm's Head.
And there's also some upping and downing as well, with our gear on our backs.
The small issue now is that we have to get off Hounds Toot and down to the valley floor, which is quite a climb. So we'd better get started.
Let's go.
What time the morning comes, the whole world over, turning the sea to gold,
from Rio to Dover, each harbour with its ships, all trimmed and ready, hoping the offshore winds will hold them steady. And we are sailors all until we've landed. We are both great and small, sailors all. And those who fear the storms may not go farther. They will sail round and round within their own harbours.
So, we have made it safely down the steps and into the valley. One of our favourite valleys. We love it down here.
We certainly do. And I think people sometimes imagine Purbeck to be this very gentle landscape, which of course it is. But when you're down here in the valley, it's really hard not to be in awe of the way the Jurassic landscape just rises up around you.
It is amazing geology. It's quite breathtaking, really. It's not hard, really, to understand why Purbeck has inspired more Ninebarrow songs than, well, any other area of Dorset or indeed the country.
And we do write quite a lot of our songs out here in the landscape, but also a lot of the time the seed of a new song will be sown at home first, and usually after reading one of our many books
Yes.
on Dorset folklore and history.
Yeah, there is a shelf in our lounge that is crammed with books on Dorset folklore.
We've read about 1% of them so far.
We have. I keep buying them off eBay and we never have time to read them. But in one of them, we discovered a lovely little bit of history relating to St Aldhelm's Chapel.
And this book told us of how women would place trinkets, particularly pins, in the central pillar of the chapel whilst wishing for their heart's desire. And sure enough, the next time we visited the chapel, there in the pillar, we actually saw the flashes of blue where the copper in the pins was slowly aging.
Yeah, it's amazing. As it oxidises, you get these amazing colours. And we just thought it was a lovely image. And so we wrote a song called The Pinner. And it's really a story about a woman who toils her entire life to make the perfect pin, because she believes that if she can produce one that is completely flawless, and if she offers it to the chapel, her heart's desire will be granted.
And it's through this landscape that we imagine her making her way through at the end of the day with her perfect, precious creation in hand, hope in her heart that today will be the day that her wish is granted.
Yes. Well, look, talking of wishes, the main one that I currently have is that we managed to make it up to the top of Emmet's Hill with our equipment intact. It's quite a few miles, so we best get going.
You who wander, you who roam, may safe paths guide you from your home to the can-crowned mountains, to the spray-soaked sand, to the field-fringed hillside, as you walk this land.
Well, the wind's picked up somewhat as we've been making our way around Chapman's Pool, but we've made it down and up the valley again. And you can see St Aldhelm's Head just over here. It's almost within touching distance, but
unfortunately, there's another valley. And just the small matter of around about 200 steps we've got to navigate.
200 down and 200 up again.
So, let's get cracking.
You who amble, you who drift
That's where you get to see us huffing and puffing. Up the other side, we switched to GoPro now. You do get a sense looking behind us of exactly just how far down that is. Legs burning a little bit.
Sounds very helpfully marked out the number of steps.
190, so our 200, our guess of 200 was not that far off.
Not too far. You hear something, John?
I do hear something.
There's something.
That sounds like the...
A lilting melody.
Sounds like the... Well, it sounds like the dulcet tones of someone playing a cello atop the cliff.
How strange.
But that would be ridiculous. Nobody would do that. What kind of nutcases would take instruments outside and play music on the tops of cliffs? But you're absolutely right. It does sound like a cello. That looks a heck of a lot like Lee McKenzie. Lee McKenzie!
It's Lee!
And Godfrey the cello!
Hello, guys!
Oh, man, of all the cliff tops in all the world,
And all the cellists in all the world,
of all the benches in all the world,
we find you here.
what are you doing here?
I come here every day.
It's a nice spot, isn't
It is in this weather.
To be honest, I expect nothing less, actually.
No.
I can absolutely see that kind of Sound of Music style. Dude, we are heading to St Aldhelm's Chapel because you know we've written a song about this because you played on the album version of The Pinner. So the key question is,
Can you still play it?
can you remember it?
I know it's in 5/4. I can tell you that much.
Okay, let's go inside. Oh, amazing. They've lit candles for us. Oh, beautiful. We've switched to the handheld camera so we can have a nosy at this pillar.
Come and have a look.
Come and have a look. It really is absolutely amazing. You see all this graffiti and
It's 1736 though. There could actually be 1736 this graffiti.
I'm certain it probably is. So whilst maintaining social distance, we're going to kind of carousel around the pillar. It's going to get a little bit dark over this side.
He's going to stay on the opposite side.
And he's going to stay on the opposite side. No, it is way too dark. It is way too dark. Lee, we're coming back around the other way. We're going to come back to where it's light. But yeah, come and have a close up because you can actually. I'll switch to a close up angle of this, but you can actually see the blue copper of one of the pins that's been pushed in there, and I think there's a penny. Is there a penny in this one? There's a penny in this one here, which is a little bit more modern. That doesn't really fit in with our. Look at our breath. It is that cold, everybody, actually. So we're going to get ourselves sat down and
Ready to play.
we'll give you a song.
Sits in her room with a one tallow candle. She walks in the gloom. She works without any king. Even spring can dispel. Rest in the Celtic at the setting of the sun, with a hope in her heart, as the shadows go to the chapel she goes, past the fields and the barn, and she offers the stone, the best of her cross. Year after year, the pinner grows old, failing eyesight and fingers. The pins go unsold, the pins go unsold, and they fill up that room, filling bottles and boxes, as the copper turns blue. Each day she walks at the setting of the sun, with a hope in her heart, as the shadows grow long. To the chapel she goes, past the fields and the barn, and she offers the stone, the last of her cross. That wasn't bad, considering we've literally haven't rehearsed that, and we haven't played it in about 4 years together. That's actually not bad at all. Oh, goodness me. So, I think that's it for the first half of the show. I think we're going to hand back to the other Jay and John, slightly warmer, and hopefully you can't see their breath in the lounge.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, real privilege for us to play in St Aldhelm's Chapel. That's something we've wanted to do for absolutely ages, and to be able to get to do that. Oh, that's quite a joy. And we'll bring you the rest of that walk and another performance from the chapel a little bit later in the show.
So, wherever you're tuning in from, let us know in the comments. Always lovely to see everybody typing away. Whether you're doing that on the on our Barrow Bods Facebook group, or whether you're doing that direct on the YouTube feed, keep them coming. We're lurking in the comments threads. Yes, doing this, furiously typing. So yes, do keep them coming. As promised, next up, we have got our interview with multi-award-winning instrumental guitarist extraordinaire and all-round good egg, Will McNichol. And frankly, if that is not what appears on his posters already,
good egg.
I think it should do. I think it should do.
But before we show you the interview, let's have a little look at Will McNichol in action. Oh my gosh, it's Will McNichol. How are you doing, Will?
Oh, Ninebarrow. Hello, gents. I'm very well, thank you. All the better for seeing you guys.
Oh,
Yes.
likewise. So, how has this rather unusual year been treating you so far?
It's been a funny one, hasn't it? Certainly one for the history books. I mean, in the grand scheme, I'm fine. And after the initial kind of shock waves we all had to deal with back in March last year, you kind of settle into a bit of a new groove of things. And it's given me an opportunity to work on some bits and bobs that, I hadn't really had the time to work on before. And there was the small matter of us having a baby as well, which has kept us out of trouble and on our toes, and very distracted. So that's been really rather lovely, actually.
Has he got his own guitar yet? Have you put one in his hand so far?
Yeah, we were very grateful to Roger Bucknell of Filed, who I know you guys know. He made a beautiful ukulele.
Oh
for
my
Claire.
goodness!
And Claire's been playing a bit of ukulele, and hopefully, when Arthur is able, he'll be able to have a little bit of a strum on it.
Talking of early starts with instruments, how old were you when you first picked up a guitar?
I was 6 years old when I first started playing. It was at school, and the opportunity arose to learn an instrument, and a few friends and myself decided that guitar seemed to be the coolest option.
Was there a particular inspiration in terms of another performer who, I don't know, you were at a live performance and it just really clicked with you?
Yes, actually. There's quite a specific performance of an Italian acoustic guitarist called Antonio Forcioni, and my guitar teacher took me along, and my parents came with me, and he was playing with a quartet with musicians from around the world, and it was a concert that completely blew my mind and presented to me this, entire universe of possibilities that music and guitar could present. And that was the moment I was like, that's what I want to do.
We just kind of want to talk a bit about, what inspires you to write. Because obviously, we love writing about, the stuff we see out on our walks. But the thing that I love about your music, Will, is that you can tell stories without using any words at all.
Yes.
Your music just takes us somewhere completely different. It's incredible. So, yeah, where do you get your inspiration from?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere, to give a slightly rubbish answer. It comes from, I suppose, experience, and in terms of experiences that I've had, places I've been, atmospheres that I've felt. A lot of my music is quite visual, I suppose, so I quite often will have some kind of imagery in my head as I'm writing, because that seems to give me a bit of focus and direction with the music. To give an example, I have a tune called Dragonflies, Frogs and Bumblebees, which is inspired by dragonflies, frogs and bumblebees. It does what it says on the tin, really. And, it's that idea of trying to capture something in music, in a theme. So, writing a little melody for a dragonfly and imagining what a bumblebee could sound like, and then a frog, and then getting them to play together. That kind of stuff really, fascinates me, and I find that quite interesting. So that's one route that I'll often go down.
Mate, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. That any question that begins that way is going to make a man nervous, right?
So, is that the time? My God. Yeah.
But I've been struck many times by the length of your fingers, Will.
Okay.
Are you naturally blessed with wonderfully long fingers, or is there a regime?
Do you have to hang? Do you have to hang from your fingers in order to?
Yeah, every morning I spend about 45 minutes just hanging from my fingers, just to stretch them out. Something I tell all my students to do. No. I mean, I think my dad commented apparently when I was born that I had quite long fingers. And he imagined me becoming a pianist. But
It is. I mean, it's amazing because
John's just very jealous.
I
He was
would
born with-
kill. I've got Lisa Simpson length fingers, which for anyone who doesn't watch The Simpsons, they're quite short. And I really struggle to make an octave on the piano, let alone beyond an octave. So
I think you're just hoping for some tips, basically, Will. If you could...
if you did have a regime, I was going to nick some kind of, but apparently no. It's just
got
natural.
sorry, mate.
See, this lockdowns this last year, calamitous for the arts in general and live music. But you have not just sat on your posterior. You have created something quite, well, what I think is remarkable, and it is called The College. Just tell us a little bit about what that is, and how you've gone about putting it together.
The college was an idea that I'd had for a while about kind of creating some kind of online learning kind of subscription thing. It started in a basic way for my online students on Skype and Zoom. I put together like a library of like materials, I suppose, scores and exercises and warm-ups and stuff that they could just access. And then it kind of grew, and I decided just to kind of put together this online resource which had the library in it. It had what I've called the lecture theatre, which is all video content and talks and demonstrations. Got some guests in as well to do some of those. It's got a collection of all of the backing tracks that I have available with the various musicians I've worked with over the years, such as Luke Selby on drums and Inotet, the string quartet, and some guitarists as well. There's a kind of a common room situation where the students can kind of share their own work and ask questions, and we have like a monthly Zoom meet, which has really been so lovely, because one of the things, I don't know how you guys have found it, but the thing that I've really missed is that kind of connection with other musicians that you get, you know, when you're in the room together. Having these students from all around the world come together, sharing their experiences, playing a little bit of music and asking questions. It's a lovely kind of supportive vibe, the kind of vibe that I've always loved from workshops and masterclasses, all kind of boiled down into this kind of online hub that I've kind of put together.
So not only have you been busy doing that, but you've also, I hear, been putting together a new album. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, a new album. I've just literally had the first master of it back, which is, as you all know, is quite an exciting moment. So yeah, that's been something that I've been brewing over the last year, and some of the pieces have been in the works for a very long time. It's an album called Miniatures, and it has a loose concept around it, I suppose, in the sense that I got really fascinated by short form composing, you know, and trying to pack a lot of punch in a fairly short space of time. It was inspired by all sorts of short form stuff, like short films or like short stories, where you're able to get a lot in a very small amount. So that was really interesting for me to compose in that way. 16 tracks. Mostly solo, and then a couple of little collaborations at the end with some wonderful musicians as well.
Oh, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Lovely to catch up. But look, that's it for the interview. But I think I'm right in saying that you are very kindly actually going to give us a bit of a live performance from, well, we've been calling it Will McNichol HQ. Do you actually call it that?
No, I mean it's such like for me. I mean, honestly, guys, I just want to give you a little kind of idea of my setup at the moment, because it's quite hilarious, and you'll see why the term HQ is delusions of grandeur on an enormous scale. So
We're no stranger to delusions of grandeur.
no, but man, this is pretty funny, because we as you know, we had a baby, and that room that I did have as a little studio space, which would be my HQ. I've now been kicked out of by my own son, because that needs to become his nursery. So now this space that I'm on at the moment is this kind of weird landing space in our house, right? And I've condensed my entire studio setup into this small little booth. And the idea of calling it HQ makes me really smile. In fact, I think I might put up a little sign at the top of our stairs. Will McNichol HQ. That would be so perfect. But yes, I will play a tune for you guys. Absolutely. Yeah.
Fabulous. So we're going to let Will just get himself sorted. He's got to move a few microphones and a camera around to get himself ready to perform. But I believe what we're about to hear is a track called Cessna. And it is it's the opening track of the new album, which you will be able to pre-order, now, hopefully, from willmcnichol.co.uk. So here we go. Here's Will with Cessna. Will McNichol, everybody. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely fabulous.
It's a private concert as well, wasn't it?
I
That was
know,
fantastic. We
privileged.
loved it. So if you want to hear any more of Will's music, or you want to find out more about the college in which you can turn yourself into the new Will McNichol, with stripy socks and all, then head on over to willmcnichol.co.uk.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, if you've joined us before, you'll know that we've been slogging hard behind the scenes to create something called the Ninebarrow Concert Archive, which is essentially a repository of some of the best online. Well, I mean, they're all good, obviously. Some of our particular highlights of our online concerts over the last year.
But we've worked hard to remaster most of them and to make them even higher quality than they were before, up to 4 times higher quality, to 4K Ultra HD.
Indeed, which is exciting. And we've got a new addition to the concert archive because back in December of last year, after all of the heartache and all of the cancellations, we were able to do something quite special, which was to bring together the Ninebarrow Band for a live performance filmed down at Lighthouse Pool. And it was an absolute treat.
It was a lot of fun. Well, for us, at least. But we got to play with Lee Mackenzie on the cello, who we've already met today. But we also got to play with Evan Carson on percussion and John Parker on the double bass. And I think it's fair to say it's about as much fun as we can ever have on a stage. It's just so much fun.
We don't get to play with those boys anywhere near enough, so it's always a privilege. And this is one of the concerts that was filmed in ultra high definition but couldn't be broadcast in ultra high definition when it first went out. So it's now available. And the great thing about the concert archive is that once you buy a concert, it's yours forever. You can stream it whenever you like. It doesn't expire, and you can enjoy it again and again. So we've picked a song from that, and
We think there's been too much springtime joy lately, so I think we need
too
to
much joy.
dampen it a little bit.
Yes, too much joy. So the antidote to spring joy in this case is going to be a song about someone falsely accused of a crime, which they are then subsequently hanged for. Mm-hmm. Sounds like an antidote, doesn't it? This is 13 Turns.
Some walk miles to seek me out, to take away their ills, their pain. But now they walk to gallows hill, to see me hanging in wind and rain. That woman with the bright blue eyes, hate and fear upon her face. I helped her birth her only son. She clutches now in fierce embrace. Take her to the gallows hill, the modern rain and evening chill. Fold the rope with double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. Walk up barefoot up the track. Below a stone glass swelling black. Fold the rope with double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. 3, 4. Last month the fever gripped him tight. The willow bark I offered kept him safe and saw him through the night. Take her to the gallows hill, modern rain and evening chill. Fold her rope with double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. Walk her barefoot up the track. Below the storm clouds swelling black. Fold the rope with double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. Snowdrops dry, but now he comes to watch me swing. Take her to the gallows hill, the modern rain and evening chill. Fold a rope and double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. Walk her barefoot up the track. Below the storm clouds swelling black. Fold a rope and double bite. 13 turns now, make it tight. some walk miles to seek me out, to take away their ills, their pain. But now they walk to gallows lane, to see me hang in wind and rain.
Oh, happy memories of playing with those guys.
Lovely.
Oh, and hopefully we'll get to play with them quite a bit more later in the summer.
Yes, indeed. The Ninebarrow Band is always the grand finale of our walking holidays. So 3 opportunities this year, hopefully, to play with those guys. And also, COVID allowing and all of that, Purbeck Valley Folk Festival. The band is going to be making an appearance there in August.
So I do believe it's time to head back over to St Aldhelm's Chapel for the rest of the walk.
Welcome back to St Aldhelm's Chapel. We don't usually do 2 songs like this. We don't usually play you another song until the end of the second half.
But we thought being here, it'd be rude not to.
It would be totally rude not to. So we are going to sing you. It's a little known fact that Mother, one of our other songs, which is also about a woman from this area, they are the same person. In our minds, they've always been the same person. Because in Mother, a woman burns blackthorn on top of a fairy mound in order to try and get her daughter back, because her daughter has been stolen by the fairy folk of Weymouth. I'm not wishing to cast aspersions on, Weymouth, but there are some mischievous fairy folk. And this is the way she tries to break the spell. But she doesn't get her daughter back in that song. And so when we wrote the pinner, we'd always imagined that the thing that she was wishing for with her perfect pin was in fact the return of her daughter. So this is Mother.
The sun began to set behind the barrows, evening met the day. It washed the hues from blossom trees and breathed broad and chill upon the breeze. Mother, young girl played upon the grass, the eventide, the water sweeping fast. And soon when rivers daisy changed and drew the colour from her gentle frame. Mother, mother's voice rang through the cold as the final shafts of burnished gold were gone. With the lights unto the girl, her tinkling bells now high up on the hill. Mother, woke up to the mound. just about got circulation. There's a running theme on Wandering Minstrels, and it's generally a lack of circulation.
But anyway, it was a massive privilege to be able to play here at St Aldhelm's Chapel.
It is. We've got to say a massive thank you actually to the Vicar James, who's very kindly responded to my out of the blue email. Could we come and record an episode of Wandering Minstrels? He now knows what that is, and they've lit it up in candles and everything. So we're very, very grateful to them.
It's also a massive privilege to play with Lee as well. For the first time in a very long time.
Very long time. Yes. So we are going to say goodbye to Lee in a moment, and then we're going to wend our way further down the coast, heading towards Windspit.
So we've said goodbye to Lee. He's currently walking home to Bournemouth.
He's a wandering minstrel as well.
Yeah, we've not got a monopoly on the whole wandering minstrels thing. We're a little way down the coast from the chapel, and we're here at this disused quarry.
And we spoke a lot in episode 1 about this area's quarrying heritage, really, and we showed you a few of the quarries over towards Swanage Way.
Yes, and they're here. They are quarrying for Purbeck limestone, which you can see around us, and you can see a rather large chunk of it here. Now, this is a disused quarry. There are active quarries just a little bit further inland, but this absolute beast here was left behind by the quarrymen when they left this area.
It looks pretty precarious, doesn't it? But to be honest, it's been here as long as we've been walking, and that's a good few years. So
it's got to be pretty well balanced, we think. So we've just about got time with all our gear to make it down the coast before sunset, to give you one final song somewhere down near Windspit Quarry. So we shall crack on. So we've made it to Windspit Quarry, a little way down the coast from St Aldhelm's Chapel.
Not a moment too soon. We've got the sun dipping behind the cliffs already. So
it is. We always seem to time it a little tight. Perfect timing if you like a dark walk back to the car. But it's very atmospheric down here. Yeah.
And obviously Windspit, you know, this particular quarry closed down in 1940, but they were taking stone from around these areas, not just Windspit, but around the area since Roman times. So it's seen an awful lot of history.
Purbeck limestone, highly prized, as we've said in previous episodes. But look, it's not the only claim to fame that Windspit Quarry has, actually, because a little known sci-fi geek fact for you here.
We're sci-fi geeks.
We are. This actually was used as the set for the Dalek home planet in Doctor Who in 1979.
I bet you didn't know
How
that.
about
Maybe
that?
you did.
You can go and look it up, and there are photos of all sorts of things going on here. Maybe they still lurk, the Daleks.
Maybe
Who
in the
knows?
caves. We were going to go searching for Daleks in the caves, but we kind of took the camera in there and realised it doesn't make particularly good television.
We've already
inside
shown
there.
you the dark corner of St Aldhelm's Chapel today. I think possibly we'll stay out.
So perhaps to finish things off, we'll take you a little further up the hill, back into the sunshine.
Yes, we're going to see if we can just catch the last bit of sunshine and sing you one final song. It is time to go now. Hold away your anchor. Hold away your anchor. 'Tis our sailing time. Set her on a course now. Hold away your halyards. Hold away your halyards. 'Tis our sailing time. Get some sail upon her. away your foresheets, haul away your foresheets, 'tis our sailing time. Waves are crashing under, all the way down Channel, all the way down Channel, on the evening tide. When my time is over, all the way for heaven, all the way for heaven, 'tis my resting time. It is time to go now. Hold away your anchor, hold away your anchor, 'tis our sailing time. Well, there you go. That's another Wandering Minstrels done and dusted.
What a joy it was to sing that song right here.
Right here with the waves crashing behind us.
So yeah, we're going to head back up the hill, up to Earthmatravers, just to see if the square and compass might still be open.
Indeed, indeed. That's what keeps us going through these long days, everybody. Right, we'll hand back over to the other Jay and John, but thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
And so concludes another Ninebarrow ramble. Hopefully the next one will actually be in shorts and t-shirt. We can get our legs out for real next time. But,
we keep threatening it. So, well, in what's turning into a bumper edition of the show, we're never quite sure how long these are going to last. We always say for an hour or so. I have a sneaking suspicion this one's going to be slightly longer than our previous two. But we are about to introduce the episode 3 mixtape. We were very clear when we came up with the idea for these broadcasts that we didn't simply want them to all be about Ninebarrow music. We wanted them to be an opportunity for us to share some of the other music that we are passionate about. Well, we're about to do that.
And last time we introduced the mixtape, we set it alongside some wonderful photos that you guys, the Barrowbods, had sent in through the month of February, which was pretty cold, very cold, pretty spectacular as well. All your photos were amazing, and it was so nice to be able to put them all to the music, to share the love a little bit. And we thought we'd do the same again, and we have thankfully had some wonderful, warm, flowery, colourful photos to put to 2.5 minutes of music. We've been inundated with your photos this time around. It's been absolutely incredible.
Hundreds.
I think to include all of them might have induced a migraine with a bit of a flower bomb effect, just going non-stop.
Strobe, yes. So look, if we haven't managed to squeeze yours in, it's not a comment on the quality of the photography. They were all brilliant. But yeah, there's only so much you can do with 2.5 minutes of music. But the music we've chosen is a traditional song that's performed in this instance by Jackie Oates. And it's called Hail, Hail, the 1st of May. And
you know it's the 9th of May at the moment, but it's close enough.
It's close enough, right? We've been missing the folk festivals, as I'm sure many of you have. The distant sound of a Morris Troop drum as you walk through the centre of a town is just a wonderful thing.
And the jingling bells and whacking with sticks.
Yes, and this song absolutely captures that. And accompanied by your photography, it's a rather beautiful thing. So here's Jackie Oates with Hail, Hail, the 1st of May.
That brings the May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, for it is the first summer's day. Cast your cares and fears away into the old quite the same as on the 1st of May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares and fears away into the old house on the 1st of May. Never let it come to pass that we should fail to raise a glass unto those now gone away and left us the obvious that brings the May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, oh, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares and fears away into the old house on the 1st of May. Winter time is gone and past, oh, summertime has come at last. Oh, we shall sing and dance the day and follow the obvious that brings the May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares and fears away into the old house on the 1st of May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares and fears away into the old house on the 1st of May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares and fears away into the old house on the 1st of May.
Well done, Barrow Boz. What an amazing array of photography there. You are a talented bunch.
Good work, team. That has definitely lifted our spirits.
It has.
Thank you very much.
And if you're sitting there going, what the heck are the Barrow Bods? Because this is your first time joining us. Well, the Barrow Bods is a Facebook group. There's about 1,800 of us now.
It's a lot of bods.
It's a lot of bods, yes. And essentially, if you want to join, you just type Barrow Bods into Facebook and you'll be welcomed in with open arms. And generally, we share a lot of photography on there of generally whatever's going on outside in people's gardens, on people's walks, and it's lovely. It's grown into a wonderful community.
It really has. So I do believe we are nearly at the end of our show, of episode 3.
We are.
So, thanks for joining us. Now, normally, before we finish off our shows, we like to trail one of our next concerts. But our next gig is actually going to be live from Ninebarrow HQ.
So no footage exists.
Nothing exists at the moment.
We can't share it with you. Yes, 29th of May, we will once again be welcoming you into our lounge for a full concert. We're really looking forward to it. We're delving back into some old favourites, some of which we've not played since June last year. And we're also going to be showcasing some brand new songs. We think at least 3 brand new songs, which is really exciting. So we hope you'll join us for that. In the absence of any footage of that thing that hasn't happened yet, we thought we might delve into some concerts past from Ninebarrow HQ. Many of you have contacted us to say, John and Jay, you always seem slightly more relaxed when you are performing at home, and we like that.
It always seems really weird to us because in reality we feel anything but. It's very rickety wheels that nearly fall off.
But I suppose that is perhaps just natural because you're performing in an environment you know so well. But it does occasionally lead to some amusing moments, and we've delved back into some of our previous Ninebarrow HQ concerts to find some funny moments we thought you might like to relive. So we're going to finish off with sharing a few of those. We really hope we'll see you on the 29th of May, and thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Cheers, guys.
And hey, Dad, you'll be able to have your black backdrop back after this. We've been, and I tell you something, I'm just watching Jay touch it there.
Sorry.
And getting a little bit. Oh no, he's put a little thing in it. Oh my goodness.
I've put a divot.
If you want to see how, well, I think the word is OCD. Probably that's not a word, is it? But there is a video on Facebook of me steaming this thing, and I did it in just about under an hour. Dad, it's never gonna have been as neat and tidy. It's a little bit dirtier than when you gave it to us, but don't worry about that. It's really, really smooth. It's the wrong key. Rats. I just built up to that. It's going to be great. I've hit the old transpose button by accident. Stop it. Oh, stop it. You're in my peripheral vision. I can see what you're doing. Stop it. Okay. Serious song about the future of our planet. Okay.
Get it together.
That's my motivation. Was there ever any doubt over what song was going to come in number one? Ladies and gentlemen,
The top song, as voted for by you, is Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. As if there was any doubt.
oh, we couldn't resist. We couldn't resist. Sorry, it's amazing. We do get regularly accosted by people at the end, particularly generally people who haven't seen us before, and say, "Oh, you sound just like Simon and Garfunkel."
Which is a lovely thing to say.
Would you mind doing Bridge Over Troubled Water in the second half? No, we're not going to do that. Sorry. But so it's not really Bridge Over Troubled Water. If you haven't seen us before, you're probably thinking, what are these guys on? Nothing yet.
We've got a beer on the table in front of us.
We've got a beer almost ready. You knew I was going to be at number one. Coming in.
Of course it is.
At number one.
Prickle-eye bush.
Pre-order to save your body from the cold ground hanging from the gallows tree. Oh, the prickle-eye bush, just like a bridge over troubled water.
Give the people what they want. Yeah?
Now that I'm out of this prickle-eye bush,